We've got some breaking news now, and the Court of Appeal has rejected an application from Archie Battersbee's family to appeal the ruling from the High Court, which said he cannot be moved to a hospice to die. Sky's Adele Robinson's at the Royal London Hospital in East London for us, where Archie has been treated now for quite some months. And Adele, what does it mean from here?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? As you say, the Court of Appeal has just handed down their decision in which they say that they are rejecting an application to appeal against the decision that was made by the High Court earlier today. In the final paragraph of that decision in that document, it says that the judgment deals comprehensively with each of the points, it's talking about a judgment earlier today, with each of the points raised on behalf of the parents. We have reached the clear conclusion that each of her decisions, that's the judge's, was right for the reasons she gave. It follows that the proposed appeal has no prospect of success and there is no other compelling reason for the Court of Appeal to hear an appeal. So we will wait to hear from the family now. Perhaps they might be considering another legal avenue. We don't know. Just to recap on what the High Court judge said earlier today, and in which the Court of Appeal has now agreed with. The judge there agreed with clinicians and doctors here at the hospital that it was in the best interests of Archie Battersbee to be allowed to die here at the hospital and not to be moved to a hospice. The family had argued that he should be allowed to be moved to a hospice to be given, in their words, dignity in death and the privacy that the family wanted for themselves in the final moments of Archie's life. Now, the judge at the High Court today said that she agreed with the clinicians in that Archie's condition was so unstable that any transfer could be risky, that potentially he could pass away en route to any hospice, and that would be despite any intensive care equipment or specialists or team or staff being there with him. Now, the judge also said that the final arrangements that would be made here at the hospital for Archie would have as their central focus his best interests, and that everything would be put in place to allow him to have a peaceful and private death with his family. She also said in her final comments that she described the unconditional love that Archie's family had for him and dedication to his well-being, describing it as a golden thread that ran throughout this case. Now, all today the Trust has said that they would continue giving life support until all legal issues have been resolved. We await to hear from the family as to whether or not they will be taking on other applications. It sounds like potentially the family, we're just getting in now, are thinking of applying or going to apply to the European Court of Human Rights. Waiting for confirmation. It sounds as if they potentially are at least considering that. But remember, what happened here on Wednesday was the family applied to the European Court of Human Rights to overturn a decision not to turn off Archie's life support. And the European Court of Human Rights came back and said that they would not interfere in a High Court's decision. So we'll bring you more on what the next steps for Archie's family will be when we get it.